Hello everybody, welcome back. It is Wednesday, June 5th. It is June 5th. We are doing a double under day. Everything double under starting from 0. So first I'm going to talk a little bit about getting set up for success with double unders. And then we're going to do a beginner double under workout. And this is for 0 to 100. So we're going to adjust based on what you think is going to be right for you. Now to get started, the rope that I'm going to be using is going to be one of these. This is a bullet, right? It is a rope with a speed handle like this. See, look, it's got a bearing that spins. It's hard to see in this camera, but it is still spinning and it will keep spinning until I stop it pretty much. And then a bare cable like this. This is your best setup for double unders, right? It's the most efficient way to move a rope with the least amount of energy possible. If today is your first day doing double unders and you've never done double unders before, I would not even recommend starting here. I think a better bet for you might be something like this, a beaded rope, short handles, long handles, it doesn't really matter. Something with a little more weight to it that's going to help you get the feel for it a bit nicer. So this is the freestyle beaded rope. Then they've got thick PVC ropes. Here, I'll show you one. This one right here is actually, I think, great for starting. It's a 6mm PVC rope. You're going to get a lot of feedback, plenty of weight, and that's a good place to start. So starting there, if you've already done a lot of double unders, this is the optimal double under rope right here. And today I said I was using this, but to make it easier for you to see, I'm going to use this one right here because it is yellow. It's the bare cable, but also with a like a PVC licorice coating on the outside. Normally we use them just so that you can use ropes outside without it wearing out so quickly. But today I'm using it inside on a nice mat so that you can see it. So also a bullet, just different colors, a little brighter. Now let's get started with the workout. Actually, before we even do this workout, I want to tell you a little bit about how long your rope should be for double unders. So when I have my rope, I step on it with 1 foot, I bring it up, it's about here. Now speed jumpers and people like that might use the ropes even shorter than this, but for double unders, since you're standing up plenty like this the whole time, I like to keep it a little longer than I would my other ropes. Now that doesn't mean long up to my shoulders, I think that's too long. It doesn't mean long like above the center of my chest here. Really the center of your chest down to about here is what I would think for a double unders rope is what we want. Okay, so double under workout, let's go ahead and get things started. One more thing before we get into the actual workout, let's talk about our form, getting our first double under, right? I was thinking about whether or not we should do all that today, but I want to, because even if you already know how to do a double under, I think you might hear something here that helps improve your form or helps you teach a friend. So, double under, starting with this single bounce. We came here to learn a double under, but mastering the single bounce is the best way to master a double under, right? So, making sure that your hands are moving as little as possible, make sure that your shoulders are relaxed, and you're not jumping higher than you need to, right? The feet are close together. When you jump, right, the rope, the lowest point, because it's curved, is going to be directly under you, directly under where you put your hands. So as you jump double unders and you get tired, or single bounces and you get tired, if your hands are in front or behind where your feet make contact with the ground, then you're being inefficient, right? You want that lowest point, which is going to be directly under your hands, to be where your feet make contact with the ground. So if you've got a mirror or even your phone set up for a video, you can put that sideways and use that as a tool to see if your hands and feet are lined up in the way that I'm talking about. So my contact with the ground is directly in line with my hands. Very nice. The next thing we're going to talk about for double unders and single bounces is how high you need to jump. A lot of people, when they're learning their first one, will jump as high as they can. But in reality, that is not necessary. When you're doing a double under, you don't need to jump much higher than a single bounce because it's all in the hands, right? You're speeding up the rope before you jump, just like this. So take a couple jumps, jump higher, yes, but it doesn't really need to be as high as you can, and speed up the rope. A common error I will see in people learning their first double under is when they speed up the rope, they make bigger circles with the hands, right? Because they're thinking about really forcing that rope to go. Think about it. If you make smaller circles, your hands are going to get around that shape much faster. So really focus on dialing that in and getting a very small movement there, just with the wrists and not with the whole arm. You get a couple on there. All right, so we talked about where your hands should be, nice and low. Shoulders are relaxed, right? Just like with the other jump rope moves, not only will you miss more often if your shoulders are tense, if your shoulders are tense, you're gonna get tired way easier. You only need to be activating the muscles you're using, especially for a thing like a double unders workout where you can tire very quickly. So focus on keeping those shoulders low and relaxed, right? Keeping your arms in and really just using the muscles that you need to make the double under happen. All right, so for today's workout, we're gonna do some single bounces in the workout, really master our form. That's gonna be our warm up. We're gonna do some jump, jump, jump double unders. And that's just taking a couple jumps between every double under. And then we're gonna have a section with double unders. If you have not gotten your double under yet, I encourage you to keep trying single bounces or just keep trying double unders, but don't give up. You have to keep trying for the whole amount of time that we're jumping. Once again, if you make a mistake, it's totally fine. The whole goal of today is to jump during those times when we're supposed to jump. So getting started here with single bounces in 5 seconds. If you need, pause the video, warm up if you need a little bit more of that, because here we go with the single bounces. Getting things started, we're watching our shoulders, we're watching our arms, we're watching our hands, making sure everything is in line. It's okay if you make a mistake, just get right back into it. We're about halfway done with the single bounces. Check how high you're jumping, see if you're going the height of the rope, or if you're going too high. Keep going with the single bounces, just a couple more seconds. 2, 1, and time. Excellent work, everybody. Now, the next time we do this, I want you to focus again on where your hands are located, right? So this whole time, we're gonna focus on locking in the placement of our hands. The most common error I will see with single bounce double unders and everything when people get tired is that their hands float up like this, and they float up like this, and they float up like this. And look, the higher your hands are, the higher the rope goes. Of course, right? Same thing with your shoulders. If they go up, the rope goes up. So keep everything low and locked in. Ready? Here we go. Single bounces. Focus on the hands. You can jump in front of a mirror if that helps you. I'm kind of jumping in front of a mirror right now. Got my little monitor right here. Now halfway done with the single rope section. Keep it going. 7 seconds left. And now, normally in these tutorials and these live classes recently, I've just been in socks because I'm on this nice mat. But I am using a wire rope today, and it's going to be moving pretty quick during some of these double unders, so I did put on shoes for today's episode. Alright, now it's time for 3 jumps and a double under. Here we go. So we're just 1, 2, 3, double under. 1, 2, 3, double under. Now this is a good drill because it forces you to slow down the rope and speed it up again. Really differentiating between the double under and the jumps. And I'm sure sometimes I just did 2 jumps, or sometimes I just did 4 jumps, because that is hard for me to do while talking. And nice job. We're gonna do that again in just a moment. At any moment, if you need to pause this and get some water, take a rest, do it, but just make it quick, because we're gonna try to get through this whole section before our long rest. You're almost there. Okay, another one of those 3 jumps double under. Once again, if you are really struggling with double unders and you're finding that is affecting your ability to enjoy this workout, you don't have to do it. Skip it, just do single bounces. Whatever makes you comfortable, jumping all together. Here we go, 3 jumps double unders. And I know I said 3 jumps double unders, but if you're feeling really good, feel free to switch that up to 2, or even 1. Here we go. It's just the act of speeding up and slowing down the rope again. And make sure that your hands are still in the right spot as we continue with these double unders. Don't let it sneak up on you. Alright, resting, great job. Bend their knees too much. And like, really slows it down like that, right? When you have to bend your knees. So keep doing little jumps and bouncing and punching the floor, right? The more you absorb, the harder it's going to be to string those together. We're going to do another run of double unders in just a moment. Another thing to think about is speeding up the rope before you jump every time, and as you're landing, it's slowing down. So as the rope is coming over, I'm speeding it up starting here, and it's speeding all the way through this second round, and then as I'm landing, I'm hitting the brakes from as it's past my feet to as soon as it gets over my head again. Here we go. Another round of double unders. So gas, brake, right? That's what my hands are doing, but my feet are not staying on the ground. Right? I'm minimizing the amount of time my feet make contact with the ground, keeping it very punchy, like this. If you're struggling with stringing together the double unders, feel free to take a couple jumps in between. Right? Right now, we're just focusing on going for that full amount of time. All right, good work. Now, we're about time for the hardest part of today, the 1 minute doubles. The 1 minute doubles, I want you to go as many double unders as you can. Count how many mistakes you make. If you make a mistake like this, you just get right back into it. So I'm at 1. Don't worry about the double unders, because we're just doing the timer. Don't worry about the amount of double unders. We're going to use how long we've gone without a mistake as our metric for improvement for this one. So whether you're doing single bounces or double unders, every day you can put on a timer for 1 minute, take a jump for the whole minute, see how many misses you get in that time, and each time you turn on that 1 minute timer, try to have less misses than you've ever done before. All right, about 15 seconds left, everybody. Keep pushing through. 10 seconds remaining. And get back into it. 5 more seconds. This is by far the most tired I've been for one of these workouts. Whoa. Excellent job, everybody. I know that last one is a lot. And that is just the 1 minute is just a goal, right? It could be 30 seconds. It could be 3 minutes. Whatever you're feeling that day. And it doesn't have to be double unders. It could be single bounces. It could even be crosses. That's just a really fun format of workout that I like to use, where I'm using the misses as the metric rather than how many jumps I'm actually doing or how long I can go. Woo! That is a lot. I'm going to take a moment to look at chat, so if we have any more questions or how you felt about today's class, let me know. The prerequisite for double unders are basic open jump, right? Yeah. I would say that basic open jump really is going to be the prerequisite for every skill. The better you have that basic jump, the faster you're going to learn everything else. Yeah. Those prerequisites right there. Any other prerequisites for double unders might be, here, actually, let's talk about another drill really quick that people use a lot of times for this. Sometimes people will do these things, they're called penguin jumps. Penguin jumps. And penguin jumps, so you jump up in the air and you tap your legs twice like this, right? It's not necessarily a prerequisite, but it will definitely help develop that rhythm where you're jumping and you're tapping your legs twice, right? That gives you a little bit of audible feedback, hearing the two. Also kind of gets used to moving your hands down twice per jump, and can help you focus on that punchy little jump, right? Where we're staying on our toes. Our heels are never touching for double unders. We're staying on our toes. We're doing the punchy double taps. Here we go. So we tap, tap, tap. Right, these are penguin jumps, a very popular exercise used to learn and practice that double under rhythm. Any more questions before we head out today? Let's see. We can take a look at chat right now. Well, everybody, thanks so much for tuning in this time. We will be back next week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. EST, for some under the leg skills, right? And I'll just give you a heads up right now what rope I'm using next week. Because as we learn freestyle skills, beaded ropes, my favorite to learn with, and long handles. Long handles are the secret for under the leg skills. So I'll see you next week at 7 p.m. Bring a long handled beaded rope, but it works with any jump rope. See you then. Bye.